Hello, dear friends. You are the light of the world. A city set on a mountain cannot be hidden. Nor do you light a lamp and put it below, but on a lampstand, and give life to all who are in the house. Matthew 5:14. Opinion piece. Master plan. Towards the golden age. Monumental challenge. Progress is gradual. Coalition demands. Let's start. There are powers in the higher dimensions that control events and also ensure that people's wishes are fulfilled. But the progress of society was delayed for a decade because some souls reneged on their agreement to join the forces of light, according to Steve Biko. According to Puffiness, tremendous help has arrived from the heavenly legions, and no dark sides is safe. They just disappear these days. Never before in this universe had a civilization come so far through an agreement by which the vast majority would undertake such a monumental challenge, completing in a single life all the third density karmic lessons they needed to achieve balance and spiritually and consciously evolved towards the fourth and fifth density. Matthew Watts said through his mother Susan that the master plan for the golden age is continually developing, but that the past, present, and future is a series of simultaneous events where the evolutionary state of souls is known by the amount of light they radiate. Pre-birth agreements are made with unconditional love and are designed to benefit each soul who participates in shared life. Chance. This unique opportunity attracted billions of eager souls, many more that could find into the Earth's population, and those who were selected were informed of every part of the plan. They knew they would not remember any of it after birth, but inner guidance would keep them on track through soul-level messages to consciousness, intuition, instincts, aspirations, and inspirations. I call it reminiscences. The striking difference this time was that all participants knew that they would be helping to create in linear time a world that already exists in the continuum by virtue of the manifestation of Gaia. And everyone felt confident that he would masterfully play the chosen roles, or they. However, in their planning, they took into account that some of the weaker souls might falter and would appreciate help in handling that contingency, in addition to the continued glow of light from distant civilizations. The stronger souls, who had shared lives with the weaker ones, could take on a part of those souls' heavy karma. The volunteers for those roles were in fourth density or higher, as were the energy healers, psychic intermediaries, and recipients of telepathic communication who would assist in their respective ways. It took a multitude of souls to become guides and standard bearers. Some would intuitively know the truth of the information conveyed by the messengers in the light and would share it with all who were receptive. Others would actively participate in various reform efforts or prepare for professions where they could influence positive change, and some souls would fulfill other roles exemplifying the power of positive thoughts and feelings and the joy of living godly as well. It is no surprise that those who have stood firm in the light are among the volunteers selected to fill one or more of these roles that have helped so many along their path of ascension despite obstacles, disappointing setbacks, and perhaps dismissive disrespect. Demands. According to Benjamin Fulford, the weak want to surrender and ask for an amnesty. The coalition has responded with the following demands. First, a jubilee must be carried out as a single cancellation of all debts, public and private. Second, the planted wealth, wealth must be returned to the people by creating money out of nothing and charging interest. Third, post-war institutions led by the West must be replaced with something that serves the people of the planet. Fourth, all suppressed technologies such as hydrogen and anti-gravity must be made available to the public. Fifth, a massive campaign must be launched to end poverty and stop environmental destruction. Sixth, it is necessary to restore democracy, freedom of speech, and the rule of law in Western countries. Seventh, the true hidden history of the planet must be revealed to all the people in all major media. This is what the creator of the quantum financial system said. The idea of a new financial system is to place all these non-accounting assets in a global repository that has the unanimous collective agreement of the sovereign states of the world. The various currencies, commodities, securities, and general wealth would be denominated in the single secure digital currency, and over time all fiat currencies would be liquidated. The disbursement of wealth to the population through various projects would be handled on a new quantum central computer, that is, from a new international banking platform, all digital and very secure, with the control of benevolent artificial intelligence. Breaking news. Kissinger dies. The controversial politician Henry Kissinger, former Secretary of State, died at the age of 100 this Wednesday at his home in Connecticut. The diplomat, with thick glasses and hoarse voice, dominated foreign policy while the US left Vietnam and negotiated with China. Investor Charlie Munger, friend of Warren Buffett, died before his 100th birthday. Ukraine sells fertile land to Soros for toxic waste. Bill Gates criticizes conspiracy theorists for making his job much more difficult. Former Senator Claire McCaskill says Trump is more dangerous than Hitler and Mussolini, in his opinion. Iran gave a strict message to the aircraft carrier Dwight Eisenhower, which was passing through the Strait of Hormuz, not to transport any aircraft through the strait. 9/11. Jet fuel cannot melt steel beams. You don't have freedom of speech if you can be arrested for making jokes on Facebook. Federal agency reports more than 400 earthquakes near Mount St. Helens. Starting this week, Google will begin deleting inactive Gmail, Google Photos, and other accounts that have been inactive for at least 2 years. Europe. The European Union cancelled a trade meeting with the US due to a deadlock in talks on steel and critical minerals. Now they also buy Russian oil. Russia declares the LGBT movement an extremist organization. The Russian army reached Israel's borders and threatened to invade unless they stopped their operation in Gaza. Secretary of State Antony Blinken told Israel that it lacks credit to carry out the type of campaign needed to defeat Hamas. Evil cannot be relativized when innocent people die. This is not a game, but a crime. Laszlo Kover, president of the Hungarian parliament, believes that the UN is a propaganda tool. Rome prosecutor Francesco Loboy has accused former health minister Roberto Speranza and others of selling an imperfect and dangerous drug. Economy. The CEO of UBS, one of the world's largest banks, says he wants a private buyer in a possible bailout scenario. Bank of Japan officials say Germany is preparing to revive German mark. The dollar is in its last days, according to David Morgan. The dollar have continued its losing streak, while Treasury bonds stabilized. Milei cancels its Argentine dollarization project. Money doesn't make the world go round. It seems to make the world go round. And that's all that matters, says Doc Poet. Bob Cutler believes that the economic system is collapsing, and gold and Bitcoin are rising as the dollar devalues. The public debt crisis we have been warned about is here, and it is going to be painful, according to Michael Snyder. For decades, we were warned that one day our politicians would take things too far. Unfortunately, that time has come. Legendary crypto developer Andrei Sabelnikov introduces Zano, a revolutionary privacy-oriented crypto ecosystem that is emerging with great excitement from cryptocurrency watchers and advocates. In early 2024, BRICS leaders are considering what form of unified payments system they want for the countries that belong to this alliance. It will allow them to trade in local currencies instead of dollars, creating more demand for their own national currencies and increasing their value. Spirituality. Science and spirituality. Spirituality experienced through science has parallels with the positive well-being often observed in religious people, according to the study carried out by a team of psychologists from the prestigious University of Warwick. The Pope punishes a cardinal who rejects the woke doctrine. Theologian David Torkington urges Catholics to return to traditional Tridentine spirituality as a response to the rampant selfishness that gripped the world after Vatican II. I don't think the solution is to return to Trento. Archbishop Carlo Maria Vigano warns that humankind is in the middle of a global coup d'etat and calls on everyone to fight or lose everything. Vigano claims that Davos is threatening the heads of government of the 20 most industrialized nations in the world in order to carry out his great reset. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.